What's up, my people? What's up, my homies? What's up, my friends? I'm Gnarly Vato, and these are Gnarly Times. Well, today is another C.Y.A story. You know, some people like them, and sometimes they're just imprinted in your mind. But check it out. This was in 1996, about, and it was in Preston, California, on a Greenbrier Lodge, right? And it was some dude that involved. His name was Lil Joe. He was a Southsider from F13, right? Well, when we were up in this dorm, right? Excuse me. We're up in this dorm. There's about 75 people in there. You know, sometimes it might fluctuate. I think to 76 at most. Well, they'd be like like 6 rows of people. I can't remember, about 6 rows maybe. And I was about in the middle, right? Well, they would sit you. It's crazy because they would sit you like, say you're north, south, bulldog. They would have you south, north, bulldog. You know, Peckerwood, Crip, Blood, Bay. You know, just start putting all these gang members, because there's so many. They would sit you guys close to each other, right? So every day, you're next to these guys, you know. So after a while, you start getting to know them, kind of, you know, because we're showering next, we lay next to them, you know, on the bunk, you know, because it'd be 3 bunk or like a 2 bunk. So we're always near these guys. So I was near this guy, Lil Joe, right, from Florencia, and so I rode with the Northerners, right, and this fool was Southerners. So then I think it was a bulldog on this side, and then a few other people, right? Well, or Blood. I think it was a Blood, because this fool, prior, he had came down from up from down south, and they heard they dissed him. Supposedly he dissed Northerners. But anyway, we heard later on. Well, I heard later on. But this fool, Lil Joe, right? So we used to have a little cool, we used to get along, you know? But if it came down to it, it had to crack. You know what I mean? Even though you like these fools, you know, and because you know in the end we're all raza, and sometimes you know they get a mail or a letter, you know, and he's all sad and you're like, "What's up?" You know, and sometimes you know it's you start building a relationship with these fools, you know. So even like in a NRCC when I first came, I was rapping to some bulldog, you know. And then we hit Preston. And they're like, hey, fool, we don't roll with the Bulldogs no more. Like, oh, shit, I was just chilling with this fool in the NRCC. You know, they were on the same lodge, and we used to, you know, it's kind of the same thing. If shit happened, just stay on your side. I'll stay on my side. But anyways, this fool, Lil Joe, right? He had an F13 right here. But we got to talking. He's like, yeah, I was walking, because we used to hit the main line. And he'd be like, yeah, there's some other dude on the other unit lodge that had an X4, right? And I go, oh yeah. I said, that's my brother. He goes, for real? You know, because they be looking each other up and down and shit. I said, yeah, that's my crime partner, but that was my brother, right? So anyways, we used to me and this fool Lil Joe, we used to gamble a lot, you know, and handball or spades, and you know we could talk to them fools then. So well, I was at the time I used to do graphic designs, and I used to work with computers, Windows, and that's when it was first coming out. So we would make like awards, and we would send it next door to the print shop, right? So this incident that happened, I was at school when it happened, but I came back right after the aftermath, right? And I had talked about it previously, but my wife's like, just do it standing up, you know? Well, this was at towards the shower time, right? I was staying late after, because normally school's over like 3:30, so I think I got to stay till like almost shower time, right? So I'm on my way back walking, because you'd walk and they would have the cop. Everybody from that's at the school at night would kind of line up and start walking, and then there'd be a patrol right behind us following us to our lodges, right? So we're walking. I'm walking. I'm like, what the heck? And there's some cop cars down there, you know. And I'm like, shh. And so I'm walking, and I roll up, and I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on here, you know? And they're like, fool, this fool's like, well, anyways, this dude, I couldn't find out. Supposedly, little Joe got packed, you know, in the back of the head. Cause you know you be chilling, waiting for showers, and someone come and just bow, you know, and they have an issue with you. Well, like I said, we used to gamble a lot. With this fool, I guess we're gambling with the Southsiders from Bakersfield. Because there's some Southsiders from Bakers, and this fool Joe, and they were gambling with this other these Crips from Bakers. Because the fools from Bakers knew the other fools, so they used to gamble, and you know. So these fools, supposedly, what I heard, what the story was, is they're getting ready for showers. And these fools had an issue prior. So the fools from Bakers were talking out amongst it. And I guess they got in a tussle because they knew each other from juvenile hall. So I guess one day want to pay or something happened where they started getting into it, right? Well, where all the chairs are, there's this cop station, you know, just like maybe a 5 by, maybe a 6 by something, little platform. So they look above us, look down on us, and well, at the time there was this other homeboy, right? Well, my homeboy is from Woodland. His name was Dusty. He was real hairy, right? So he was always shaving like every other day. So everybody's getting ready for showers, so they have all their, you know, shower stuff out items. Well, supposedly the dude, he was a dirtbag. He looked like the guy from Toy Story, the pizza guy, the old guy that buying the toys with the glasses. So he was a dickhead. When he came to work, he would just be an a-hole and treated like crap, and we'd have to bow down to him. Well, supposedly when these fools were fighting, this fool grabbed the canteen, the little bomb, and instead of throwing it, this fool launched it. Like it was a baseball, right? Well, this fool little Joe was right there, and this fool got tagged in back of the head. And with Dusty was posted up like somewhere right near us, because I had sat right next to him, right? So Dusty, from Woodland was, you know, sat around us, and they grabbed his shaving cream can and said that they used it to pack this guy, little Joe. So you know what I'm saying? So they said, oh, this is the weapon that was used to hit little Joe. When the dude, the CO, thought he was Nolan Ryan, you know, and hit this fool little Joe. So, that's when, because, you know, I was coming back getting ready for showers too. So everybody's in their towel, because a lot of times fools, we had lockers too. So fools had towels wrapped around them, over their boxers, or, you know, towel wrapped around the boxers. So we just, when it's our turn, we just take off our boxers and run up in there and, you know, throw the towel open thing, and we do what we got to do, you know. And so they wrote the report that this fool from Baker's, the Crip, and from Country Boys, like 2 of them, packed this fool from Florencia and the other fool from Baker's, right? So they said he used the shaving cream can to assault him. Well, the dudes from Bakersfield, the one of the Crips, because they were almost 18 years old, and at 18 years old they're moving off to fire camp or older institutions, and they're gonna keep that just for juveniles, you know, under 18. So they shipped this fool off to Chad and filed a new charge on him, saying he assaulted the dude from Florencia, you know, and it's like, what? But later on, the fool Joe, because I was, you know, laid right next to him near the bunk, you know, and sat right next to him, but he was walking like this, stiff, his neck, you know what I'm saying, was stiff from what's called. Well, it was hurt. He had a big old busted head, but he was just, I was like, damn, fool, and no one could speak out. Who are we gonna tell? If we told other, because these fools are telling us. Look how many witnesses there were. But the way they wrote it down, they manipulated it. So it was like, it was just horrible, the whole situation, and I had empathy for this fool Joe, because it could have been me. Could have been anyone, because I was sat next to this fool. So it's like, that's the thing with people. When you're in positions of power, people just take it to their head, to an extreme. It's like, whoa, bro, you didn't have that power yesterday. Now today you're, Superman. It's crazy. That's why a lot of time, I don't know. I don't know the whole situation, but what could you do? That's why I think about teaching our youth better to not put them in situations where they're out there in jail. Try to avoid the whole thing. But it was just horrible situation with this fool Joe. I the fool used to do a bunch of tagging and writing. Which was, I've seen it, but not like that style. And I've learned from it. And he used to like my style, because I had my own old English and my calligraphy, cursive, And anyway, because I was doing it way before I don't know, but we had a bunch of things in common, And I always wondered about this fool, but we were up in the riot too. At the time, later on, went through 3 riots with this fool, but he would. Sometimes, you gotta avoid situation, like I just mentioned in the beginning, but anyways, it was just horrible situation. And now that you look back and read all these articles about things, even being a prescription, like I used to I ran to one dude who was normal talking like I'm doing right now, and the next time I seen him, he was like drooling. You're like, what? Hey, bro, yeah, what's up? He's like, what the heck? That fool, it was just crazy. But then find out they're a med call. He's going to the hospital. Even this other dude I knew who was a couple years younger than me, he was in OH clothes, and he said they started pumping them fools with pills. Even him, he said he tried to avoid that. But anyways, what would you do in that situation? But anyways, it was just crazy how they just did certain things to us, And we're 16, 17 years old. We ain't got no voice. But yeah, anyways, in the end, they charged them. It was just crazy how staff got over on us. But anyways, I just want to tell this little crazy tale of one of these gnarly situations in my life, And the people and past cross with people. And you always wonder how they do, wonder about their lives. But yeah, I always wonder about this fool little Joe. We're from Florencia, so wonder if he still alive. That. But anyways, I'm Gnarly Vato, and these are one of these gnarly times. I'm out.